Are you tired of tossing and turning in bed? Do you dread waking up to go pee and then not being able to fall back to sleep? Do you wake up feeling exhausted? Hi, I'm Anneli, a full-time registered nurse. I'm here to help you if you're a middle-aged woman or close to it with your wellness, specifically your brain health, because without that, nothing else matters. So today I'm just going to do it like as if I'm having a chat with you, because I've had this discussion and chat with my sisters probably plenty of times. I have some things that I want to kind of share with you and my thoughts on hormone replacement therapy as it pertains to sleep. So this is only my opinion. I have to say I am biased towards HRT, but I'm biased towards HRT not only as it applies to sleep, but your overall wellness. I think it's a good idea to always discuss these things, and I am not the expert in hormone replacement therapy, so I'll give you some links and they'll be in the description box for real experts just that deal specifically with women's health in the area of hormone replacement therapy. Like I said, I am biased towards hormone replacement therapy, not just as something to help with sleep, but in your overall health. First, menopause is the absence of your period. What I didn't know early on is that during those perimenopause years, when your hormones are fluctuating quite a bit, you're already starting to see the effects of the lack of those hormones. I wrote a blog post, or I did something a while back that was looking at what is middle age and what did we refer to, what age, what number was middle age years ago. Basically, somebody of my age that's turning 57 would be considered in old age, and I would be close to the end of my life. There is thought that once we have had our children and raised them, that is when we would die. So there was no need to have these hormones in our body anymore because we weren't going to be living any longer. But as with technology and our lifestyle changes, we are living way beyond our child rearing years. The issue is that we're living without hormones that our bodies have been used to since we were in the womb. So can you imagine, we're living without hormones that our bodies have needed to stay healthy, keep our bones strong, keep our cardiovascular system healthy, keep our mental state as it should be. And all of a sudden those hormones just start going down, 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 and there's all these crazy fluctuations, and then they just are depleted. And then we're expected to live without them for the rest of our lives. Of course, we're going to see symptoms from that. If you're willing to live without these hormones the rest of your life, one of the things to prevent illness and basically the side effects of the lack of these hormones is to really look after all these other lifestyle points, because now one of the key factors in your health is completely gone, so you have to make sure that all the other things are really on point in your life. What is going on? Okay, this is absolutely the worst time to film. I cannot see anything. I don't know, maybe you can't even see me because the sun is blaring in. Back to the hormone replacement. So if you were depleted in, for instance, your thyroid hormone, so if you had hypothyroid, which many people have, we don't leave you like that. We give you medication to supplement you and to bring those levels back up to where they should be, and we monitor those levels and titrate your medication to keep you at that optimum level of hormone. If you have no insulin, for instance, you wouldn't last very long. You'd be a diabetic, and your lifespan, you would die very, very soon. You wouldn't just be able to sustain your life. But we replace that hormone with that's insulin, or we give you medications to increase the production of insulin that may not be at its optimum in your body anymore. If you're lacking in the hormone vitamin D, we supplement that, and there's this huge growth in getting vitamin D levels checked. We supplement that when you're depleted. So why all of a sudden are we not looking after the hormones that we have lived with for all our lives? So why all of a sudden do these hormones that have kept us healthy, kept our immune systems healthy, our brains healthy, why all of a sudden do they turn on us and are now causing disease? That's what they're trying to tell us, and I don't believe that's the case. Why is it okay to go to the doctor with symptoms of lack of women's hormones and be given other drugs instead of the hormones that your body has been used to having. So I'm going to give you a list of symptoms that happen in perimenopause and menopause. I'm going to look at my list because it's quite a lengthy one, and it's actually shocking to find out what we're living with if we're not getting those hormones that our body needs. The obvious ones we always hear about are hot flashes and night sweats. Insomnia is one. So that's where that whole thing about lack of sleep and waking up, becoming a very light sleeper, so you're waking up throughout the night. If you get up to go to the bathroom, God forbid, you'll never be able to go back to sleep again. If you hear the slightest sound, you're awake. Or you sleep for a couple hours and that's it, you can't go back to sleep. Lack of those hormones in our body is affecting our sleep terribly. Not only are we depleted in our hormones, but now sleep, which is a huge important factor in our well-being, in our health, our brain health and mental wellness, is now being ruined too. So it's a double whammy: lack of hormones to keep us healthy, and lack of sleep. Some other ones are fatigue, forgetfulness, that brain fog, irritability, mood swings. There's even ones have seen that say it's rage, depression. You go to the doctor and you tell them these things and symptoms that you're having low moods, and they're very quick to give you an antidepressant. You have cravings that could be for sweets, lots of either salty, carbs, alcohol, joint pain, breast pain, dry skin, hair loss on your scalp, hair in other places you don't want it to grow. All kinds of things, including increased urinary tract infections because all your mucosal membranes start to dry and shrivel up, basically. Urinary incontinence, which is not a normal part of aging. Weight gain and acne and headaches and so on and so on. So there's all these symptoms, and when you go talk to the doctor about them, they're happy to give you antidepressants. They're happy to give you sleep medication, sedatives, anti-anxiety medications. But why are they not giving you the hormones that your body is needing? Why don't you balance out the hormones that your body has been used to having first? And then if you're still having other problems, then go back and have a look at those and assess the need for any other medication. So like I said, insomnia is way up there in symptoms of menopause, symptoms of lack of your estrogen, progesterone, and a depletion in testosterone. When you are having this trouble sleeping and you go to tell the doctor and you get a sedative, how is that going to improve everything else? One of the things with sedatives is they may help you fall asleep, but the sleep that you require for optimal brain health may not be the same as if you were sleeping naturally without that sedative. Just like if you're using alcohol to help you fall asleep, you're not actually going through the proper sleep cycles to do the best to keep your brain healthy and remove all the toxins that your brain removes during the night when you're sleeping. So the sleep that's induced with sedatives and alcohol is not always the best quality of sleep. If you choose not to have hormone replacement therapy, you really need to optimize all the other things in your lifestyle. So that would include exercise, nutrition, community, your purpose. Because if you're not looking after your hormones, which play such an important part in your overall health, which includes your brain health, prevents Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, prevents heart attacks. It affects your sleep, so it wipes out a couple of things right away, right off the bat. So it's important that you really make sure that all those other things are working really well for you. For instance, the people that lived in the blue zones probably did not have hormone replacement therapy. That's my guess. All the other things in their lives were working for them and were optimized. It made up for the lack in the HRT for the women that were in menopause. With our lifestyles, with our overconsumption of things, and just a more hectic and probably isolated way of living where we're not as purposefully driven, it can mean a lot of negative effects on our health. And then add in the lack of sleep due to insomnia because of lack of your hormones. It just causes this cumulative effect that will take a toll eventually. I've made a sleep checklist for you, so if you're interested in a little bit of help and some ideas to help improve falling asleep and staying asleep, I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Our hormones are such an important part of our overall health. And if we're lacking these hormones, there's consequences. I will also link right here the video I made about which essential oil is best for sleep, or are they good for sleep. Anyways, watch that next if you're interested. I hope you have a great week. Stay healthy. Bye bye.